First up, people, I'd like to say this great quote: when people cut you down or talk behind your back, remember they took time out of their pathetic lives to think about you. And that leads me on to this. On the 22nd of December, typical of people in general who really have nothing else to do, uh, just before Christmas, they like to send little notes to you just to remind you of them. And so I got one from a guy called Gareth. He said, dude, just stop with the attacks on people that have moved on and don't care. You ask for peace and for XXYs on YouTube to come together, but all I see is bring up old drama with people. Grow up, dude. Yeah. Which then followed with a friend of his called Justin on the 24th of December saying ho 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 Merry Christmas 2011, and it's a video that's now erased as far as I realise, with a drunk Santa basically waffling on. And then I got another message there on the 17th of January, um, because I responded on the 17th of January um, to Gareth, and he says anyway, um, you know, couldn't care less. Oh, the lulls. And coming to Germany, do it. It wasn't about that. It was about you growing up and stop acting like a class one dipshit on the internet. Now piss off. So I just like to comment on that. That you're the one, or I won't even address you because you shouldn't care, right? You say you don't care, so you shouldn't be watching, and you shouldn't. Uh, you're the one who contacted me on the 22nd of December. Maybe timing is a good one for you. Like don't try and bother somebody before Christmas. Thankfully, I didn't watch any videos as far as I know over Christmas, so that's in my memory anyway. And then I got another message. I'm not going to send, or say my messages that I sent to this person because it doesn't matter because nobody cares. The last message she sends me is suck a nut, so that's what you get for contacting me. Basically, there's no point contacting me. Now, more news. We've got here my secretary, by the way, who I won't mention, made me aware of this. It seems to be an online magazine called American Grotesque: The Body in Popular Culture, but I'm not sure. And I'm not even going to read it out because it's such a joke. Really, it's not totally a joke. I mean, like, it's about basically if okay, this also I'll say it, the society that we're living in with all its discourses of power knowledge wants to make us believe that there are only two sexes. Okay, now most of my videos that I've made unavailable on YouTube, and I can make them available pretty much like that. Okay, maybe not like that, but more like, because there's so many of them. Um, Excuse the noise there. Um, this that There's a post basically written by Louise V. All right, on this, and it goes on and on and on and on. I mean, there's got to be at least 20 paragraphs there, um, and then somebody comes in. Oh, that was written on the November 28th, 2011, at 9 o'clock in the evening, my time. Um, and then somebody else comes in and talks about it, and another person, and another person, and another person, and Hida Valoria. Didn't even see that response. Hida Valoria says, I feel the same and I've been sharing that I feel blessed to not have been operated on or giving hormones since I first discovered the horrors of intersex gendercide in 1996. Thank you to the author for writing this. I wish I could thank you by name, but I don't see one. Hida Valoria, chairperson, Organisation Intersex International. The unfortunate thing about Hida Valoria is that she doesn't actually know enough about the ins and outs of drama on the internet to do with intersex issues. Louise herself has actually given Hida Valoria crap, you know, and obviously Hida Valoria hasn't a clue about that, which is a damn shame. Also, chairperson of OII doesn't realise what's going on in BLO, bodies like ours, extremely important site for intersex people and for people who are trying to work out if they are intersex. And the chair of OII doesn't know that stuff, and that's not okay. I mean, people in positions need to know what's going on, or they need to be good enough to be in that position. Personally, I think Hida Valoria was put in the position um, of chair because they're very passionate, like myself, and very outspoken, and put into a chair position, they're automatically expected to be more quiet and more diplomatic and all that. You know, now I do love the fact that Louise Van Heen, whatever you want to say, uh, loves putting underneath her name co-moderator at bodies like ours. If that's her only claim to fame, I mean, God help her, because that's nothing. You know, I'm an intersex activist. I'm an intersex supporter. I encourage for people to be themselves. That's what I put underneath my name. Um, but generally on these sites, people um, delete me and ban me. Whatever. And my last point on this blog here is that Mr. Fucker comes in, Flamin' Fucker comes in January 11th, 2012, 3:41 a.m. my time, and talks about, fairly well written, uh, but then goes on about something like, I would not appreciate having to have my hormone therapy okayed by some crackpot from OII or other such group. So, I mean, there's a direct attack on OII itself. I myself am not against OII, I'm not against BLO, I'm not against XXY talk. Um, I think it's all needed. Anyway, what happens here is that Flamin' Fucker says our video replies allowed, and American Grotesque says normally we would be wary of video replies, but in this case it's definitely fine. Thank you for your engaging response. Well, you can also thank Peace and Party for making sure that Flaming Fucker actually ends up, um, you know, uh, doing videos of relevance rather than irrelevance, like such as doing videos on me or anybody else for that matter. For instance, Wireless Feet. I don't even want to hear that name again after this video. It's time now to leave certain people alone and get on with the actual facts. So of course, Flamin' Fucker has to come in with his last word because he likes to be seen. And says, "Oh, thank you very much. You don't have to post this comment." So this is our society online. Is It's very slow. I did a question on one of the Facebook groups. I won't mention which one. And I questioned, do we think that we're doing enough in the intersex world? Um, you know, and let's see if people respond to that. My name personally has been blackened throughout the years. Um, with so many controversies that I've been involved in, for the good of humanity, to be honest. And also I don't like bully types, so I've taken on bully types, and I haven't done the usual, which is the world's usual. The taught thing to do in this world is to ignore and just let people's crap energy just breeze over you, and I don't think that's right. I mean, look, there's still wars in the world and blah blah. You've got to take people on, for God's sake. It takes balls, yeah. And as an XXY person, not as an XXY man, as an XXY person with small balls, I have to say I do very well in having big balls, really, and being brave to take on people who need to be taken on, such as Louise. And I thank people for commenting on my other videos talking about those issues. That really, Louise is absolutely not suitable for support, not suitable to be the is all end all of information and facts, especially on intersex issues, because they simply have a biased opinion on so much. And thank you, Kailana, for mentioning. Kailana, don't think that just because I don't mention your video, don't think you're brilliant. Um, and even if you weren't intersex, let's put this out, Kailana. Even if you weren't intersex, you'd still be excellent as an advisor and a supporter and an encourager on intersex groups. So well done to you. Um, what was I going to say? Oh God, have I forgotten? Yeah, I think I have. But I have. I'm a bit tired. It is early in the morning, but I do want to do a bit more, a few more videos in time, getting to do things. I've been kind of taking a break, and I think it's necessary that I get back into it because it is 2012, and if the Christians, fundamentalist Christians, I mean, get their way, then it'll be the end of the world. So, and they'll be starting again with a new, even improved recipe of the Bible, and they will probably omit the whole idea of eunuchs in that, so that there will be no question that it's just males and females, nothing else. And transsexuals, probably I'd say in a new Christian world, transsexuals will be allowed as long as you know they really passed. Like not be having transsexuals that look half and half, or like I know that's a guy in a dress. It's that sort of comment. And I'm not laughing at transsexuals, by the way. I just obviously am more of a supporter of planet intersex, where I believe every human being has a mixture of traits, physical or behavioral, mental, whatever, emotional, of masculine and feminine, and it's not about man and woman or woman and man, because it's ladies first. So should we say woman and man? But then it's alphabetically said, then that because M is before W. So you know, actually, before M and before W, there's I, and I is intersex, and also I is me. So I am I, and that's what I have on my gavincoleman.com. My other website's gone, thexmanova.com, and a friend of mine did that, and he's one of the friends that fell into the hole of not being a friend over the last few years. It was my doing and his doing. It wasn't actually testosterone totally related, in the fact that I wasn't taking my testosterone, but I think the fact that I wasn't taking my testosterone, I lost my motivation, and I didn't really care too much about losing anybody. Do you know what I mean? That's the reality. Um, I think I can get friends with him again. I don't care about the X-Manova site, only on the level of the name. So take note, people. Steal the name if you can, and sell it to me in the future, because I will want that name again. Um, and um, and it was never really done. It was never finished, that website. I wanted so much on that website, and it never really got done. So on a level, I'm glad it's gone. But the only problem is that one of my albums, I have that website on my CD itself, printed on it, because I print all my CDs myself. Um, and basically, let's say I have done. And it's so there was lyrics off. It's the album Tree of Life, um, and the lyrics for Tree of Life are on the were on the website. So that's the only kind of disheartening thing, really. I'm noticing the microphone level isn't very high, but of course I am whispering because I have somebody staying with me here, and they're sleeping, so I don't want to wake them. Um, and things in general are up and down. I had a major upset there in the last few weeks, and I think I'm slowly getting over that and just starting to live life again and realizing who I am and what my potential is and all that sort of stuff. I played a gig last night, went well. Not too many people at it, but went well. And the people that were at it were like, Jesus, brilliant voice, absolutely brilliant voice. And the reality is I do, but just don't show it on YouTube. Oh, the guy, one of the guys, he had a video camera and he's a journalist. And basically, I said, yeah, he said, can I tape you? Which is what most people should do when they've got a camera. Ask people their permission if they can tape them or not, especially if you're going to put it on YouTube. And anyway, the bottom line is that he said, can I tape you? And I said, yeah. As long as you put it on YouTube, because I've got fuck all on YouTube, to show what I actually do. There's very few examples where I'm actually live playing a gig and somebody or myself is recording me. I've only got stuff that I like songs that I never do generally. I'm sticking to the 15 minutes, even though I think I can go over 15 minutes, but I don't want to bore you. So peace eventually, ciao people.